So I'm a huge fan of ZBrush.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually a good. You have to like always find ways to enjoy your work. Sometimes sometimes you're out of inspiration or whatever. But one good
Uh,
practice is like that that I did for a while was to always end the day with like at least half an hour of ZBrushing. Um,
you lost some respect though. You're using red wax. No, 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 no.
uh, old school.
True.
I haven't started using the sculptors tool a lot yet, but it seems very good. But yeah, it's not going to be a sculpting lesson. It's going to be more of a like a quick um in and out tutorial. So I'm just going to do it like this. Like I said yesterday, my favorite brush is probably Trim Dynamic, especially if you're making uh, like hard stuff like rocks and such.
Have you
Um,
tried Trim Dynamic Smooth Border
no.
in the Lightbox?
Oh
Where you
yeah,
go
yeah.
to trim dynamic brushes.
Oh yeah. Trim.
Yeah, and the one bottom right. And then you use alpha, a square alpha,
Oh yeah,
and you get
yeah.
harder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, ZBrush is such a cool software. It's like always new stuff. I mean, and the problem is if you're away for a while, like
Yeah,
you lose, like if you forget how the array brush or array mesh works, or
yeah,
then you have to learn
I
it
know.
again.
Yeah, yeah. I recently discovered this as well.
Yeah,
So
thanks. I mean, it's good. I appreciate like always getting tips from everyone, so don't be shy.
yeah.
Um,
But another tip: go to alpha and use a square, and it's gonna be harder. There we go.
yeah. Yeah, and I love this
And
because I love to get this kind of free detail, like you know,
yeah.
and then you can always like smooth parts, and you get this contrast in surface, so you can,
Hmm.
yeah. All right. So what I usually do, and maybe like this is too basic, but I have like two different approaches. Like either is this a hard mesh that's not going to deform too much. I'm going to use decimation. I'm going to use a decimation master. Um, and decimate it. And I usually use like I punch in the numbers just to be able to reproduce them. And like
What
sometimes,
did you say?
like I write in the numbers here instead of using the slider
Oh,
to just get a random decimal number. I always, yeah. I try to punch in the numbers like it's specifically because then I can always like, yeah, like point one was really good, and I go back to that instead of like, because you get this kind of unique expression of every subdivision. The algorithm is quite like playful. So like a dot one difference could be a different quality of the expression. Yeah. All right. And then so either a decimation master or a series measure, of course. And for series measure, subtool. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I like this one. I mean, a lot of times
Thanks.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get that want to make a cliff like instantly with a kind of ledge here, and yeah. But I mean, ZBrushMeasure, of course, for characters and stuff like that. Uh, a lot of times I don't use um, oops, um, geometry. Okay, ZBrushMeasure. Okay, a lot of times I don't use adaptive because I want to get kind of even. Um, I use half usually. Wait, ESC half. Then I just use half a couple of times to get the uh, like the density I like, and then maybe I project a few times. But I mean, there's different settings for every mesh, but it's kind of if you want to get this kind of even quad mesh, at least taking down the adaptive size is oh, I do that. Yeah.
So, what's the difference? I maybe have asked this before, but what is the difference between ZBrushMeasure and Decimation Master?
ZBrushMeasure make quads, so like these ordered meshes. So they're really ordered. Uh, and a lot of times, if you unwrap them with the UV Master, it gets a lot nicer. Um, so texture, and I always use texture 19 to check my textures. Um,
I have never touched UV Master or texture map thing in ZBrush ever. I didn't know this
uh,
was a thing.
yeah, it's
Well, I
very
haven't
easy to
used.
use. It's um, for organic shapes. A lot of times I find it the best. Uh, I use Houdini's UV tool sometimes. I even have a old copy of Modo installed, like in version 9, for its Atlas to make like non-stretchy hard surface UVs easily. But the UV Master, it it has this control painting thing that you can avoid or attract cuts, but it doesn't do much. So it's a lot of times it doesn't care about that one. The only way to make it care um, is to split with the groups slice. Mm, mm, mm. So if I split this one in groups and use polygroups here and unwrap it, um, let's do this one. Mm, mm, mm. Have they? Oh yeah, this is a ZBrush UV display. It makes islands from that. So, but if we group everything and do a attract, maybe not much point to show something that doesn't work, but if you do this one, attract edge cut, it can be like more frustrating because it didn't care at all. Maybe it did. Uh, texture map. Yep. Yeah, a little bit actually did. Um, but yeah, if something doesn't work, like gets stretchy somewhere, I recommend I would usually just cut it off in a group, find a nice like line to cut with, make a slice curve, and cut it, and then just use the FBX export. Usually I do only selected, but if I have a collection of subtools, it's visible. Rarely use all. Um, some few layer settings here, like smooth normals 99% of the time. If you don't make like a specific like poly style thing, um, yeah, smooth normals, triangles. Uh, if you're gonna go straight to Unreal, you can make triangles, but it will make that anyway, so that's doesn't matter much. All right. Why not do it? And I realize this is a kind of 101, but let's go over it. FBX. Yeah, so this again, auto decoration. This one, if you gonna use tessellation, no light map UV is needed if you already had unique UVs. Combined measure will not matter. No materials, scale can be 100.